Welcome to Meet Your Neighbor, the podcast that highlights the people and stories that make Westbrook Village a truly exceptional community. I'm your host, Steve Marilla, local realtor, neighbor, and proud member of this vibrant community. Each episode, we sit down with residents to learn about their careers, life experiences, and what brought them to Westbrook Village. It's a chance to connect, share, and celebrate the unique journeys that shape our neighborhood. Thanks for tuning in. And now, let's meet your neighbor. Did you know that Arizona's famous saguaro cactus can actually increase a property's value? In some Maricopa County neighborhoods, mature saguaros are considered natural assets. Homes with them often sell faster and at a premium because they're protected and add authentic desert charm. Today's guest is someone who knows a lot about building value, both in business and in life. Bill Peterson grew up and still lives in Humboldt, Iowa. Coming from a family of 7, he learned early about hard work and perseverance. He married his high school sweetheart, started in the car business, and soon became a successful business owner with his own dealership. Bill's story is one of commitment, community, and genuine Midwestern values. The kind of story that reminds us why connecting with neighbors matters so much. Now let's meet your neighbor. Hey, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Steve.
How are you today?
I am good.
Good. For people that don't know, Bill Peterson lives right next door to me because I was looking for a home for my in-laws. I think it was at the time, and I said I went to the pickleball courts, and I didn't really know anybody here other than pickleball people, and I said, I'm looking for a 3-stall garage on the golf course. Anybody ever finds one, call it. And I thought my in-laws would buy it, and it wasn't 2 weeks, and Bill called me and said, I got a home for you. And the in-laws didn't want it, and we made a change in our life and moved out here, and now we're neighbors with Bill Peterson. Thank you very much for doing that for me.
Well, I was glad to do it. Good to have great neighbors.
Well, you got me anyway. Maybe not great. I strive to be greater. But yeah, and something else we have in common, we grew up in a small town. You grew up in Humboldt, Iowa. Yeah, nice. What was that like growing up?
Well, when you're a small town, you basically know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I graduated. There was 171 kids in our class, which
wow.
One of the biggest ones they had there. And that's where I met my wife, of course.
Yeah.
In school.
Okay. How old were you guys when you met?
Well, probably in her teens.
Yeah.
Early
nice.
teens.
She couldn't find any place to go, huh? You had her right there in Humboldt, and yeah, she's a little cutie pie.
Oh, she only lived about 5 blocks from me.
Oh, really? Nice. And did she come from a big family too?
No, she only came from a family. Well, there was 5 kids.
5 kids, but you had 7 kids?
We had 7 kids. I was kind of the third one.
You were the third? Uh-huh. Did you take a lot of responsibility on that? Well, I suppose the oldest usually is the one that has to raise the other 6, right? Was that how it was in your family?
No.
Just wild?
There was 5 boys and 2 girls. If we wanted something to do for the afternoon, we just fought.
Oh, really?
Never stopped till there was blood.
Really? Did you play sports together, or did it just turn into a fight?
We would play baseball and football, and yeah.
Yeah, that my brother had passed away in his early 20s, and when you live in the country, we didn't live in the city. We lived out where it's about a half mile to someone else's house, and your best friends are your brothers, and brother and sisters, and so you really, it's not like where you can go right next door and play with kids.
Well, we had a park a block and a half from us where people played baseball every day.
Oh, really?
Flag football. So there was always activity at that park.
Was the Peterson family kind of dominant in the sports at the park?
Probably.
Yeah.
If you fought with one, you fought with them all.
Well, I have to think. I mean, you're so competitive now. I have to think you always had that winner's attitude. I mean, I know whenever I get in the pickleball court with you, you want to win. Has that always been the way you were?
I've always been pretty competitive.
Yeah.
You want to win. If someone beats you and they're a lot better than you, just give them a good game.
Yeah. Right.
Give them a good game.
Yeah. Do your best. Yeah.
And sometimes you play really, really well, and the game's just there.
Yeah. All right. So you met your wife, and you ended up marrying her.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So what was that like? You got married in Humboldt?
Well,
Or did you go to the big city and get married?
we got married right there in Humboldt. We've been actually married 53 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
So, well, we got married young.
Yep.
And we started out with a daughter coming soon.
Yep.
And then Wade, and then another daughter.
Okay.
But we lived in an apartment for our very first year, and then we bought a trailer house.
Okay. And what were you doing for a job?
I was working at the Ford garage.
Oh, nice. I'm a Ford guy.
So anyhow, after 3 years, we ended up building a house.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good progression, 3 years.
Prices were a lot cheaper back then.
Yeah, well, so, everything was cheaper, but you weren't making money like these guys are now. I mean, it was relative. You had to work hard.
Well, you had to work hard, because, when you got kids and stuff growing up and stuff like this, it's a lot expensive, But I put in a lot of hours, at the Ford garage, because at night I was running a wrecker.
Really?
And you know what? There's the 1 month I know I went out 30 nights in a row.
30 nights in a row in the middle of the night?
And it was cold.
Cold. Yeah, that's not summertime. You're talking winter.
Winter. That's when someone's in the ditch, someone's here, someone's there.
Oh, did you ever have any big wrecks, or mainly just breakdowns?
I was driving south of town to pull a vehicle out of the ditch, and two vehicles hit head on, probably within 2 minutes in front of me.
Oh, really?
And I got there, honestly, to going to help pull the one lady out.
Yeah.
And she had a wooden leg, and it had come off. I was quite stunned.
Really? Wow. And she wasn't hurt or anything?
She was hurt a little bit, but wasn't that bad. There's a nurse that was out there getting her mail at the same time, so she was right there, and she said, "We got to get him out of this car."
Wow.
So.
Oh, that's country luck to have a nurse right next to the crash. Yeah. So you're out doing records at night, and this is kind of the early part of your career?
This is the earlier part of my career, and I started out just maintenance for some cars and stuff like this, changing oil like this right here. And the shop foreman gets in a bad accident.
Yeah.
So the owner comes up and says, "You're going to be the shop foreman."
Huh.
And I have 6 older people all working as mechanics.
So they probably didn't like that.
They weren't happy with a younger guy. I mean, probably 30 years, 40 years difference, telling them what they had to do.
Yeah.
But I had to stick with it like that, and I had to stay in control, because if they got in control of me,
you're done.
I was done.
Yeah. So you just took the what do they call it? The steer by the horns?
Bull by the horns.
Bull by the horns. And just said, "Hey, I'm the boss, and this is the way it's got to go." And that must have been, you were 19 years old?
I was 19 years old.
Wow, you must have been a mature 19.
Well, and then the guy come back and stuff like this, and the owner of the Ford garage comes up and says, "You know what? You're my new salesman."
Really?
19 years old. And I thought, geez, that's going to have things going to have to change a little bit. But I sold Fords for 4 years there. At that time, there was 6 new car dealerships in town.
Yeah.
All different ones. So it was, with only a town of 4,800 people, you had to be on the stick. But at that time, the Ford dealership was the biggest dealership in town.
Huh. Did you, so back then, did you have to wear a suit and tie when you were selling cars?
I started with a little leisure suit, and then I just kind of went down to a little less and stuff, jeans.
Okay.
You know what?
It's Humboldt.
In a small town, people want you to relax.
Yeah. Yeah. In real estate, they always say dress better than your clients. And I'm like, we're in Arizona. A golf shirt and slacks is, I think, good enough, but what do I know? But
well, you know a lot because you've interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. This is my college career right here. Learning from all the experiences from these people.
I've listened to every one of yours from Westbrook and stuff like this. Really, and I really found out a lot about a bunch of different people that I just didn't even think that was all in there.
Oh, I learned. Yeah, it's fascinating. People's stories. I mean, well, let's continue on with yours. So you're working at the Ford dealer, and how long did you work there then?
Well, I sold cars for 4 years.
Okay.
And after that, my dad had bought with two other people the Chrysler Plymouth dealership because the guy had left town. It was probably the smallest dealership in town.
Okay.
And after 1 year, the one guy left.
Okay.
So I bought his third, and the other guy had nothing to do with it. All he did is had put in the land to begin with.
Sure.
So after 5 years, we bought him out, so then I owned half of it.
When you bought that first third, how old were you?
Probably 25.
Wow, that's pretty aggressive. I mean, I don't know many 25-year-olds that have owned a portion of a car dealership. That's pretty fortunate.
Well,
you must have worked your butt off.
We just had the Chrysler and Plymouth dealership there at the time,
Yeah.
but as time went on, we ended up getting the Dodge dealership.
Okay.
And then we got the Jeep dealership.
Oh, wow.
And 3 of the other dealerships went out of business.
Oh.
And then the 4th one. So it ended up being just Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep.
Wow.
And Ram. And then the Plymouth went out of business. So then there's just a GM dealer and me.
And you. So selling cars in a small town, do you have any, you had to have some characters coming in there trying to, I mean, because I remember growing up in a small town, you couldn't afford a lot because there wasn't a lot of opportunities there. So do you have any interesting customers that maybe had some interesting trade-ins?
You know what? The thing is, I would trade for anything. I've traded for clothes.
Really?
I traded for beef, pork.
Really?
If they wanted to trade it, I'd take it. I was dealing with a guy one time, and we were like $300 apart, and he owned a little store that sold everything, and stuff like this. I said, well, you got $300 with something over there? He said, come over and pick out what you want, and the deal was done.
Really? So it was like one of those, like a hardware store?
It was a hardware store.
Okay.
2 ladders and a chainsaw.
Oh, that's what you got out of it?
Yeah.
2 ladder. Oh, that's not a bad deal. Wow, that's funny.
My daughter was one of the best dressed in school for like 2 years because the gal that had this kids store down there sold them a new car and took in $1,000 worth of clothes for a kid for
for the trade-in?
I would take my daughter by that store every day on the way to school because I'd take her, and if she liked what was in the showroom, she owned it that next day.
Oh, really? Wow. And they probably appreciated that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really helping people out, trying to help them find transportation.
Everybody likes to barter. I mean,
Yeah.
I've traded for corn,
Really? What's the weirdest thing you've ever traded for? Do you have something on top of your mind?
The weirdest.
You ever trade for I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you traded for guns.
I have. I've traded over the years and stuff. I'll probably trade for at least a dozen guns.
Oh, really? Yeah. Trailers.
I got into selling trailers too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Golf cart trailers and 14, 16, 12-foot enclosed trailers. That was a lot of fun too.
Really? So did you love, you had to, just your personality, you had to love selling cars. Just seeing, when someone walked on the lot, were you just excited to go talk to them and just help them out?
You know what? I never, ever pressured a person to buy. Say, hey, you got to buy this. You got to buy,
Right.
When you're in a small town and everybody knows everybody,
yeah,
you treat everybody good, because you treat somebody bad, they know 10 people that they're going to tell, and they're going to tell 10 people. So you're just hurting yourself. And mostly when there's down to 2 dealerships left in town. But we did well.
Yeah. Well, and if you tell someone, if you do a good job, they may or may not tell everybody. But if you do a bad job, they're going to tell everybody. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, it's kind of like Yelp reviews. There's more negative reviews because, some people just appreciate the good service and don't talk about it.
Bad news travels fast.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So how many years did you own the dealership?
Well, after the first year, the one guy got out.
Yep.
5 years later, we bought the other guy out. That was a silent partner.
Yep.
And I probably worked with my father for full 15, 16 years. And he was going to Texas during the winter anyhow, you
Sure.
know. So I'd be running it myself for 16 years, and I ended up buying him out completely.
Okay. Give him his little retirement nest egg.
Oh, he
when
was
you bought out?
okay.
Yeah. Okay. How was it working with your dad? I mean, did you like going in and, I mean, did you guys go in and have coffee every day and start your day with your dad? I mean, I just think that's unique.
I used to go there first to
awesome.
make coffee every morning.
Yeah.
I never even drank coffee back then.
Really?
You know, I would hit for the secretary and dad, but dad would take off. He'd go down for the place to have breakfast and coffee anyhow.
Sure.
You know? He liked working them 6-hour long days.
Okay. But I mean, I got to think you were open to close guy just because of your competitiveness and plus you're raising a young family.
You know what? When you're selling cars and stuff like this, the best thing, don't keep talking. Let them do all the talking.
Sure.
Because they'll tell you what they want, you know?
Yeah. And you're just, I mean, I think I'm with you on pushy sales. I don't think you can, I don't want to talk you into buying something. Someone said to me once, you could sell an Eskimo ice. And I said, yeah, but that's a one-time sale. I don't want to be in business for a one-time sale. And, you know, I want I want to solve someone's problem and have a happy customer.
I was up playing indoor golf, which we did every Thursday, and there'd be like a dozen people playing. And a friend of mine, he's an insurance agent, says, you know, at the end of the year, he said, I'm going to buy a truck because I can write the whole thing off. And I said, your truck's outside. What do you mean? I was driving a brand new black crew cab truck.
Yeah.
He said, let's go for a ride. So we go for a ride about 2 miles down. He said, I really like this. It was a Laramie and pretty well loaded.
Yep.
And I knew that he would want to show it to his wife the next day. So the next day I had it all washed up and out there. And he called and said, yeah, I'd like to come and get that and show it to my wife.
Yeah.
So he was driving a Suburban at that time. So he drove. He said, I really, really like this. I said, how much do you think it should cost you to trade? He said, $30,000. I said, I'm telling you what I'm going to do right now. I'm trying to trade you for $25,000. He said, the deal's done.
Really?
You know what? I sold him a bunch of stuff after that too. And
So you talked him down. You talked him down $5,000.
I went down $5,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because that was the fair price.
It was a fair price.
Yeah.
He had black Suburban and it was easy to sell him.
Sure.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is I also got into is I got in there some lower price cars to start with, and I would finance the people up myself because they couldn't get loans here or there.
Sure.
And, you know, then they got a little higher price and a little higher price than that.
Yeah.
But I think the most I ever loaned a person myself was $18,000.
$18,000.
But that guy had bought a couple of vehicles from before, and he had paid me like $800 a month.
Huh. And did you ever get burnt on that, or
a couple of times? But you know,
just a little bit.
Yeah,
not too bad. Obviously, you still did quite well for yourself. So
yeah,
we all take a couple of nicks.
Then you'd see these people come in there. They'd bring you the money every Friday or Saturday.
Cash
is king.
Yeah, cash is king. It's always nice getting a payment in cash. Yeah. Someday we may not ever have cash around anymore.
Oh, I think it'll be here for a long time.
I hope so.
There's a lot of piles of it.
So what made you get out of the business? How old were you when you retired?
Well, I was 66.
66.
But when I was 65, it was a bad winter there.
Okay.
And I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm selling this out. We're going to Arizona full time. Now, Sherry had come down here, and I would come down here 10 days in January, 10 February, 10 March, and 10 April. But she was here for like 4 months basically by herself.
Did you already own a home here?
We already owned the casita.
So what drew you to Arizona versus like Florida?
Well, Wade, our son, who's a plumber down here, got Peterson Plumbing, PPI. He's been down here plumbing actually for 25 years now.
Oh, really? So that was a natural fit for you to come down here.
Yeah. And you know what? Don't regret it a bit because you coming into Westbrook and it is so green and so nice. And that's what my wife drove in here with our daughter-in-law and she said, this is the place.
Huh.
We went and looked at a condo on number 10, which is by the clubhouse up there on the lakes.
Yep.
And we went to look at that house, and we ended up trying to deal with the gal because it needed a lot of work. And the gal said, "You're not a buyer, you're a negotiator." I said, "That's okay." A few days later, there's another condo for sale down here, Casita. Wade goes, looks at it, tells us what it's going to need, called him up, bought it over the phone.
Oh, really?
We had never seen it. Well, Wade had, and the girls.
Yeah.
So
you, what did she mean you were a negotiator, not a buyer, just because you didn't want to pay their price?
I didn't want to pay the price because it's going to take way too much to fix it. And we were so lucky because it really wasn't near as good as the location we ended up getting.
Oh, okay.
We were on like the 16th and the 17th hole on the lakes.
Oh, yeah. You were right by the 16th green and the 17th tee box.
Right.
Yeah. That's a beautiful spot. I did an interview, and I was talking to someone, and they said, I was drawn into Westbrook by the golf course, and I didn't understand what they meant until I thought about when you're driving down Union Hills and you look over at the 17th hole. That is beautiful. I mean, it's just the water, it's so green. That's and then all you got to do is turn in, and then you're hooked on Westbrook, don't you think?
You know what? The whole place is so clean too.
Yeah. Yeah, we all complain about HOAs, but boy, they keep us honest. I mean, all the colors are right, everyone's clean. You leave a garbage can out, and you're getting a call.
Well, we had that casita. One of Sherry's friends calls up and said, "Hey, we got a place on the golf course. I heard you might be interested." We just completely redid the whole remodel job on the casita. I said, "No." A few minutes later, I said, "Call her up. Let's go look at it."
Yep.
So she says, "No, I'm not ready to show it to you." 20 minutes later, Wade's there now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Call her back up. She said, 20 minutes. So we come down here, and my wife and Wade are walking around on the inside, and I'm out on the outside by the golf course.
Right.
So we went in there, and she made a couple margaritas, and we're talking, and her husband comes home, and we're $5,000 apart.
Really?
They got no realtor or nothing. And Merle sits down, and he says, "Merle, if you want this deal done right now, give me a knuckle buster." And it was done.
And you did it, and that was it.
I did it. And you know what? 3 days later, I put a for sale sign on my place right there, and a lady, 5 minutes after I put it up there, knocks on the door. She's walking her dog. She'd like to see the condo. I said, "Yeah, come on in."
Yeah.
Well, she owned it the next day.
Huh.
So she had a smaller one, like 1,000 square foot, and ours was like 1,400.
Yeah.
But her husband was retired and coming down. She said, "I just need a bigger one, and I want to walk in ready."
Right. And you had it all set.
It was all done.
Well, that's what's funny is some of these, how many homes has one person owned in Westbrook? I wonder what the record is, because what was it? Kurt, he's owned probably 3 or 4 homes in here, and people just move around inside of Westbrook. Have you noticed that?
Well, there's some people that got probably at least a dozen rentals in here too.
Oh yeah.
Margie.
Yeah. So,
and Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that do that too, but it's, you can't lose, because I think Westbrook really holds its value because of how beautiful it is.
You know what? Even when the things got bad here, Westbrook went down a little bit.
Yeah.
And a lot of places went down some, but this really basically stayed up here.
Yeah, I think so. So what do you love most about Westbrook?
Well, I like the pickleball courts, and I like all the people. You're around them all the time and stuff like this, because we're at the courts about every day.
Yeah.
And the golf courses are beautiful.
And
the people are so kind. You see them out walking every morning,
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. I should have, before I got into real estate, I should have charged Wade to wear one of his shirts every day, because I probably see 10, 15 people a day when I go for a walk. Same people too. You're always waving. You almost become friends just walking. Although there's a few guys that won't wave to me, but
There's a lot of people I see walking, pushing a little cart there, but their dog's in it.
I know when it gets to be Christmas time around here, and you actually see children in the carts. It's kind of neat. It's like, oh, a baby inside a cart. That's cool. Usually there's a dog inside of there. Yeah. So pickleball is your favorite. Do you golf much out here?
I don't golf that much because it's private and stuff like this, and we play pickleball so much, and we play with that team play. We used to play with Apple Play right here, and the ladders, I was in a couple of them a week, so you're just full.
Yeah. So you went to state for Apple?
Our team went to state for Apple for the men, and our mixed team went at the same time.
Did you ever imagine when you're 19 working at the Ford dealer, you buy the dealership at 25. Did you ever imagine that at 70 years old, you'd be going to state in a sport?
No.
That isn't it. It sounds funny but it's awesome. I mean, how active you are at 72 playing pickleball. I see your wife walking.
That was about 3 years earlier.
Oh, that was 69 then. But that's pretty incredible, don't you think?
It was. But you know what? There was state for the men team was one day, and I think that one started at 8:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting second in that.
Oh, nice.
And I really believe we would have got first, but one of our best players couldn't play that day because he had to go see a friend that was dying.
Oh.
And then the mixed couples, we got second, and we won our first. It's kind of like a team play because you got 6 on the team.
Yep.
You play each team twice. So
yep.
Yeah, so that was fun.
That was fun. I just love seeing. I mean, basically, we're 55 and up. I mean, even though younger people can live in here, but you're 55 and up, and you have these 58-year-olds just playing pickleball against 80-year-olds, and the 80-year-olds beating them because they're better. I mean, and I always told people when I first started playing pickleball, I said, it's the funnest sport I've ever gotten beat by an 80-year-old woman. I mean, I couldn't beat 80-year-old women when I first started because there's a technique to it. And yeah, it's a great sport.
If you play enough and stuff like this, and you got some good people you're playing with, they help you out to start with too.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And everybody around here is so helpful. I mean, they're always giving you tips and telling you do this or do that. And, buy this racket, do that. Yeah.
It's not the racket, it's the hand that's holding the racket.
I know.
I found that out after 3.
Yeah. Or I just said racket and someone's probably saying it's a paddle, you moron. But sorry, but it's a paddle in pickleball. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, this is a quick 28 minutes. You got anything, any words of wisdom, Bill?
Well, one of the funniest things that happened down here, we were playing at that state tournament.
Yeah.
And I had my clothes that I changed them before we went to this restaurant, and I threw it in the back of this guy's vehicle. And when he dropped me and Sherry off and the rest of the people, I forgot him. So I call him. He said, I'll bring him over tomorrow and put it on your door. Next morning I get up, go out looking at the door, not there.
Really?
So he had just been here the night before. So I look on down there. There's another place a block and a half down with the fire hydrant like mine.
Yeah.
So I walk on down there, knock on the door. There's a bag hanging there. And a lady comes to the door in a robe. I says, ma'am, do you have anything that's supposed to be delivered? She says, no. I said, do you care if I look in this bag and see if my pants are in there? And she just starts laughing. And they were mine. And she says, that's a story I can tell a lot of my friends.
So did you just tell your wife, I got to go down to the lady next door and get my pants? That was...
Well, I didn't know for sure they were there.
Right. Wow. Well, let's end it on that. I really appreciate you doing this interview. And I mean, I know we live right next to each other and we talk a lot, but I'd like people to hear your story.
I got to say one more thing is I've listened to all your interviews.
Yeah.
And they're fascinating. And you learn so much more about some of these people that are in them interviews that you didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I tell people, don't just listen to them. Give me a holler and let's hear your story, because everybody says they don't have a story, and they do.
Everybody's got a story.
Yep, we just got to get to it. Well, thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again for tuning in to the Meet Your Neighbor podcast. Real estate is how I'm able to support this show and give back to our community. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling a home in Arizona, I'd love to help. I also offer a free real estate review, basically a health checkup for your home's value and market position. You can call or text me anytime at 651-295-6830. Again, that's 651-295-6830. I'd be honored to help you or your neighbors with the next chapter of your real estate journey. And thanks again for listening, and be sure to keep connecting